Hello, welcome to this new video from Guidancee Education channel. We are continuing class 11 chemistry chapter 2 atomic structure. Let us see the topic. In this video, we are discussing absorption spectrum. Explanation. Differences between emission and absorption spectrum. That is the most important question from this small topic. This is a very small video. Watch the video completely without skipping. It takes several hours of hard work even to post a small video like this. So watch the video completely. If the video is useful, do like the video and share it with your friends. Your feedbacks as your comments in the comment box below is very much appreciated. Feedback from the audience is very important for any piece of work to improve. Your feedbacks will help me understand what you think about the video. That will also help me modify or make changes in the video and help you further. Your subscriptions, likes and comments count a lot. So if you have not yet subscribed my channel, do subscribe it now and also press the bell button near it so as to get intimated as soon as new videos are posted. Thank you very much. Now we will see absorption spectrum. But before that, we will just recall what we learned in the previous video. We discussed two types of spectra, emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. Under emission spectrum, we saw continuous spectrum and line spectrum. In the case of continuous spectrum, when a beam of light from a source is passed through a prism or subject to spectroscopy, all the 7 colors are received as image on the photographic plate. In the case of line spectrum, when an excited substance releases energy and that energy is subject to spectrography, then only certain wavelengths corresponding to the energy that was absorbed by the excited substance is seen on the photographic plate, and dark bands separate these colors. That is, it becomes discontinuous or line spectrum. In the picture, you see the line spectrum for sodium chloride. Now let us see what is absorption spectrum. A beam of light is first passed through a solution of sodium chloride. Certain wavelengths of the beam of light is absorbed by sodium chloride. It is not getting excited. It is only absorbing. What comes out of the solution is only the remaining wavelengths present in the beam of white light. And that is subject to spectroscopy. What happens is the yellow region alone appears dark. Yellow color is not observed there. That corresponding region appears dark in color. All the other colors are visible because sodium chloride absorbs the yellow region of the visible spectrum. So when we compare absorption spectrum and emission spectrum, that is line spectrum, for sodium chloride, we find that the absorption spectrum is the photographic negative of the line spectrum for sodium chloride. For any specific substance, it can be observed that the color that is emitted in emission spectrum or line spectrum will be missing in the absorption spectrum. This is a very simple portion, at the same time important for exam. In the case of emission spectrum, sodium chloride is excited by heating. In the case of absorption spectrum, light is only passed through sodium chloride solution. It is not excited. It only absorbs light. The usual question that is asked from this topic is, what are the differences between absorption spectrum and emission spectrum or line spectrum? Continuous spectrum is also a type of emission spectrum. Here, light is directly passed through the prism. Here, light is passed through the prism after it is passed through a sample of substance. Okay. Now we will pass on to discuss the differences between these two types, that is emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. In the case of emission spectrum, radiation from a source is directly passed through spectroscope. In absorption spectrum, radiations from a source is passed through a sample of substance before passing through spectroscope. The spectrograph also can be used. In the case of emission spectrum, it consists of colored continuous or line spectrum. If the source is white light, then we will get a continuous spectrum. On the other hand, if the source of radiation is an excited substance, then it will be a line spectrum. In the case of absorption spectrum, consists of dark lines in the spectrum corresponding to the wavelength absorbed. The absorption spectrum looks like the photographic negative of emission spectrum. I hope these points are quite clear. A small question may be asked from this portion, asking you to differentiate emission spectrum and absorption spectrum. I hope this video was of great use to you. Like the video, share the video, and also give me your feedbacks. It is very important for me to improve. That is, what changes I have to make so that it becomes more useful to you. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. We will meet in the next video with Bohr atomic model. Bye for the present.